Do you love interior design but can't make the business side work? You've come to the right place. Welcome to Success by Design, mastering the business of interior design. Whether you want to elevate in your current interior design firm, start your own firm, or move the needle when it comes to your existing firm's trajectory, this is your masterclass, and I'm your host, Katie Erickson. Learn from my mistakes as I built a coast-to-coast, multi-million-dollar interior design firm. I share nearly 20 years of serving as a university professor of undergraduate and graduate business courses with you. And best of all, I bring in experts in all things business and interior design. Class starts now. Hello, and welcome to Success by Design, the podcast dedicated to helping you as an interior designer achieve sustainable business growth without compromising on creativity, personal values, or work-life balance. Yes, I'm your host, Katie, and I'm thrilled that you're here. Today's episode we're calling Beyond the Blueprint. This is about scaling your interior design business, but not just scaling, doing it with soul. We're going to explore how to grow your interior design practice in a way that remains authentic to who you are, fosters deep client relationships, and ensures your business is truly working for you rather than you working for it. And if you've been listening for any number of weeks, you know that is my mantra. So before we dive in, I want to thank all of you who shared your feedback and stories about scaling your design business. And it's so important to have a supportive community in this industry, which is why I love that you are willing to spend your time here with me, and I want to make the most of it and be respectful. So let's get started. As you know, interior design is about far more than choosing the right furniture, finishes, or paint colors. In fact, I often joke that 10% of what we do is design, 90% of it is processes and people. It's also, though, about creating those spaces that tell a story and resonate with those people who inhabit them. Yet so often, I don't know about you, but I feel like I get bogged down by the day-to-day of running a business, drafting the proposals, dealing with the contractors, sometimes chasing invoices. Yeah, it still happens even with the best of processes. And that causes us to often forget our deeper why, which is so important. In fact, in 2023, Architectural Digest did a report that found that nearly 80% of interior designers say they face burnout within the first 5 years due to the intense client demands they face, logistical challenges that we all know too well, especially after tariffs and COVID, and the constant hustle for new business. And that exact same report found that designers who integrated a clear brand story and their personal values, in fact, if you want to learn more about that, go listen to the episode I did with John McClain. He has such a good narrative about that. We'll put it in the show notes. But that same study found if you have a clear brand story, it increased your client satisfaction by 40%. Yeah. So why does that matter? Scaling means more than expanding your client list. Let me say that again. Scaling means more than expanding your client list. It's about expanding your impact while maintaining your quality of service and your sanity. Going beyond the blueprint ensures your business growth is driven by purpose and authenticity, not just by profit margins, even though those are really important. If the idea of scaling with soul resonates with you, stick around. We're going to unpack strategies and insights that will help you grow sustainably and happily while still delivering exceptional design services. Let's take a minute and reflect on your core values and brand identity. To scale with soul, you must first define your why. Your brand identity is the heartbeat of your business. It guides how you communicate with your clients, how you select projects, and ultimately design spaces. Ask yourself, what are the 3 core values that drive me as a designer? Is it sustainability, timelessness, global inspiration? Maybe it's family-centric design. Maybe it's even community engagement. In fact, a recent Forbes article on brand authenticity noted that brands with a clear value proposition see up to 31% increase in client loyalty. That means they're coming back to you for that second home, third home, fourth home. I know my why, and why we do so much commercial and specifically multifamily. I feel like everyone deserves an amazing home, even if they can't afford to buy it and need to rent it. Also, integrate values into your services. If sustainability, for instance, like we just talked about, is your core value, make it known to potential clients. Don't be shy about it. Showcase your commitment by sourcing eco-friendly materials, or maybe you partner with like-minded vendors. If community engagement is important, consider pro bono or reduced fee design projects for local nonprofits. I personally love Habitat for Humanity, and they're nationwide doing great work. Then take the opportunity to share these stories on your social media and your website to illustrate your ethos. In fact, we have an entire branch of ColorWorks called ColorWorks Cares, and it's all about just giving back. And then finally, align with your ideal client. When you are clear on your values, you're going to attract the right kind of clients, those people who appreciate and respect the vision and the process that you bring to the table. And that alignment will not only fuel your creativity, but it's also going to reduce the conflict and friction and potential problems throughout that design process. Remember, understanding your values is a first step in creating a business that works for you. When you design a business from a place that's genuine and personal, you'll find it's easier to stand out and command those premium rates because you're no longer just another designer. You're a brand with soul. Now let's talk about the less glamorous side of scaling, your systems and processes. I know I say this over and over again, but you have to have processes because processes work when people don't. It's not the sexiest topic, but trust me, having the right structure in place is going to allow you to free up mental space for what truly matters, which is going to be your creative vision and those all-important client relationships. So whether you're using an Asana, whether you're using a Dubsado, whatever it is, make sure you've got a project management tool in place. If you don't, and you're listening to this podcast and you're saying, I know I need to do it, but I haven't, one of our favorite partners in the interior design space is Plumtree IT. They will help you with this, and they work exclusively with interior designers, giving them the project management tools they need. Why is that important? Because in a 2024 interior design business survey, 85%, that's right, 85% of designers who use project management software reported reduced stress levels and fewer missed deadlines. Also, let's talk about the client onboarding process. A well-crafted onboarding process sets the tone for your entire client relationship. This is about managing expectations on behalf of both parties out of the gate. Create that welcome packet or that guide that outlines your design philosophy, your process timeline, and your communication rules. And you may go, rules, that's a hard word. Why can't I use preferences, Katie? Great question. Rules are when you're available. Everybody does better when they know what the boundaries are. And if that means they can't reach you on weekends, put it in your welcome packet and put it in your contract. Clear is kind, as Brene Brown says, and don't be afraid to put it in multiple places. Also, automate your workflow. When you automate those recurring tasks like sending invoices, follow-up emails, or scheduling appointments, it's freeing up your time to get back to doing what you love. There are so many beautiful tools out there. We love Fibery, which is a great one. Dubsado does it. ClickUp does it, that are specifically designed for creative entrepreneurs to get their processes flowing. Finally, delegation. And this can be a tough one and is one of my favorite to coach too, because I think as designers, we're control freaks about our designs, and it's hard to let go because it's almost like birthing a baby, right? We're creating it, and letting go of it can be really hard. I want to challenge you to hire or contract out what you don't like. When I coach my clients, and they usually come to me saying, Katie, where do I start? I feel like I need an assistant designer. And I'm like, do you like design? Well, yeah, that's why I chose this as a job. Outstanding. Great. Why would you outsource the very thing that you love? So we start with the thing that you least love, which tends to usually be bookkeeping or accounting. And that is where I encourage them to reach out and outsource. Reach out and find the person whose passion is bookkeeping and get busy using them as you need them. I want to make it very clear, delegation isn't a sign of weakness. It's an investment in your bandwidth to build the firm that you want to build, whether that's you or an entire team. When you can delegate tasks out, you're freed up to make better decisions. These steps to clear systems allow you to create a backbone that's going to support your growth. You're going to be able to take your clients and take on more of them and larger projects without compromising the personal touch that is setting your business apart. And like I always say, your business should be working for you, not you working for it. Let's talk about client relationships and going deeper, not just wider. Because when we think about scaling, we often think about more clients, bigger budgets, larger scale projects. But let's pause for a minute. What if scaling could also mean deepening the quality of your existing client relationships? Because repeat business and referrals are some of the most cost-effective ways to grow. So ask yourself, first of all, do you provide an exceptional client experience? Do you send the personalized gifts or notes during project milestones, not just at the end? That thoughtful gesture can make a client feel valued and keep them engaged in the process, especially if you just came over a major milestone or hurdle. In fact, Harvard Business Review found that improving customer retention rates by just 5% can increase your profits by up to 95%. That's huge. Ask yourself also, are you building a referral network? Because satisfied clients are your best brand ambassador. Encourage them to share their experience. Offer referral incentives. Do you collaborate with real estate agents, architects, or contractors to create a mutually beneficial referral ecosystem? And I love this term ecosystem. When you start looking at your network as that, you are going to feed it, show up for it, find others in it, and start building something far more robust than having to go to your next Chamber of Commerce networking event. And then when a project ends, take that deep sigh, but realize the marketing has just begun in many ways. Think about your follow-up. Don't disappear from that client once the project is done. Schedule a check-in call. Maybe visit them a few months down the line. See how the space is working. Be open to feedback. This type of aftercare can foster long-term loyalty and really open the doors for new opportunities. This is also a great time to begin marketing that project and showcasing to that referral ecosystem that you've created what you're capable of. Focusing on deep, authentic relationships not only leads to organic growth, but it also solidifies your reputation as the designer who truly cares. And that is at the essence of scaling with soul. Let's talk about personal wellness and mindset for sustainable growth as well. Because we can't talk about soulful scaling without addressing the importance of your own well-being. Let's face it, as creatives, our energy, mindset, and emotional health directly influence the quality of our work. You've got to take care of yourself. And I waited way too long in life to start doing this, for the record. Yep, I know I'm going to sound like your mom, but you need regular exercise, you need enough sleep, and you need mindfulness practices. These are not luxuries. They are necessities. And if you're in doubt, wait until you get older. I'm sitting here speaking from experience. In fact, a study from the Journal of Creativity and Mental Health showed that creative professionals who practice daily mindfulness activities reported a significant increase in innovation and problem-solving abilities, which I sometimes feel like is all we do. Also, like we talked about, set boundaries. Communicate your work hours and response time to clients. Don't be on call to them all the time. You are not a doctor. Great news. We chose this profession because we are not cardiac surgeons. So don't put yourself on the fast track to burnout. Set those boundaries. And then take 5 to 10 minutes to write about your goals, your gratitude, and achievements. Surround yourself with a community, too, of like-minded designers and entrepreneurs for support and also accountability. If you don't have that, I would encourage you to join an organization like the Interior Design Society or come schedule a discovery call with me, and let's figure out how we can start walking that journey together. Because when you nurture yourself, you're in the best position to nurture your business and clients. Again, your business should be working for you, not you working for it. All right, let's talk about the actionable steps that you're going to work on this week if you want to scale with soul. We've covered a lot of ground, from defining your core values to optimizing your systems and nurturing those client relationships. How do we make this actionable? 1, let's start right at the beginning. Core value assessment. I want you to take a moment and write down your top 3 core values. Decide one way you can integrate each value more visibly to your clients and in your business this month. Second, it's time for a system overhaul. Choose one project management or CRM tool to test over 30 days. If that feels overwhelming and you're like, I don't know what to choose, let me ask you this question. What's causing you the biggest pain in your business right now? Let's find something to solve it. Map out your client onboarding process, for instance, from start to finish, and identify at least one place where you could automate a component of that. There's so many different factors, but I love starting with what's overwhelming you. Third, let's talk about that client relationship building. I want you to identify 2 current or past clients that you can reach out to today. You're going to send them a personalized note or a small gift to show appreciation, while also asking them for a referral or testimonial that you can use. Number 4, and finally, I want to take a moment to challenge you to a personal wellness check. Schedule a specific time for a self-care activity each day, whether it's a short walk, a yoga session, or 10 minutes of journaling, something that is just for you. Because implementing even 1 or 2 of these action steps I just gave you can create tangible shifts in your business. As we wrap up today's episode on Success by Design, I want you to remember your business, again, should be working for you, not you working for it. Scaling your interior design business with soul is entirely possible when you align your core values to your business, when you build authentic client relationships, and when you put systems in place to support sustainable growth. If you're ready to take the next step and want personalized guidance, integrating these strategies and more into your business, I invite you to book a one-on-one coaching session with me. Together, let's craft a roadmap tailored to your unique vision and help you achieve the growth you've been dreaming of without sacrificing what matters most. Head on over to successbydesign.coach and let's get busy scaling your business with purpose, passion, and profit. Thank you for tuning in today. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your fellow designers who could benefit. Until next time, keep designing with heart. And remember, your business should be working for you, not you working for it. Take care. And that's the closing bell. I hope you've gathered valuable insight from our conversation today, equipping you to thrive in your interior design business. Don't forget to hit that follow button to never miss an episode. And if you have burning questions or specific topics you're curious about, explore our episode library, or better yet, book a strategy session directly with me at colorworks.coach.